Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over the Hello Ladies event in which the Incubus is added into the game. We're going to be going over these two teams right here, as well as one additional one of a variant of a earlier game team that you can use in substitute for one of them. Do keep in mind, any team that used an Incubus this week does give 5 additional glory per PvP match that you win, so you definitely want to consider using one of them within your team. So let's get into that then. Go over to our rewards, go over to the Incubus, and here he is. He charms 2 random enemies. What this charm does, any enemy that gets charmed will do its attack damage to the troops adjacent to it, so the one specifically above and below it. If there is a gap in between them, the charm will not work. It is a type of effect that doesn't really get much usage in this game, mainly because there are a lot of situations where it will do literally nothing, and there's also a lot of situations where its damage output is relatively small compared to other damage outputs that are available within the game. As far as its stats are concerned, for some reason has random magic on it. I have no clue why. They sometimes have done that in the past, putting magic on things that don't actually use magic. But as far as his stats overall, he has a relatively high HP, but a low attack and a fairly average armor. Traits are pretty much useless. You'd want to go for something else as far as the red-purple trait stones. You definitely probably only want to get one as far as just getting him for the glory, but you could buy multiple if you did have something that you wanted to get up with red-purple. Earlier on in the game, the main thing you'd probably want to aim for is a Mist Stalker, and later in the game, if you don't have it traded already, you'd probably want to go for something like a Dragon Soul. But anyways, let's go now and go into these teams that we have right here, both of which are fairly decent with him. We are going to show the variant of that one first though, or at least just show it. I won't be using it because it would get completely crushed this late in the game. But here is a pretty budget version that you can make with an Incubus. Just a Knight Coronet, Incubus, Dwarf Lord, and a Druid. Fairly decent damage output. Everything hits multiple troops except for the Dwarf Lord, and you use the Dwarf Lord's single shot to be able to basically clean up anything that you have on the enemy team. So you kind of just use the Knight Coronet with the Dwarf Lord to keep plowing down the front, whereas everything else just keeps poking down the rest of their team. And that's essentially the same thing that this team is going to be doing, but on a larger scale, since we need to scale up for late game. So we'll go and do that right now. This is a very, very tanky team. Even Skull Spam wouldn't be able to do too much to this team. We're going to be doing it against a double Cabarrus. Cabarrus is actually a little bit annoying this week, mainly because it does have that 25% buff. This team doesn't really use too many of the higher buffs. There's a skull right there, but it will give us the red, so we might as well use this, show him off. He'll do that double charm. He'll do the skull. I actually did it on the same troop twice. Interesting. One thing to note, you may notice that they're not poisoned. Charm does not take any of their traits or stats effects into effect because it's not actually it's ability damage, not skull damage. So it doesn't actually take in effect like this poison, or if they had stone skin or anything like that, it would just completely ignore anything like that. So you can see they're not poisoned even though he has the thing. And gosh, 3 times in a row that spider wanted to hit them. That spider really doesn't like them. Okay, so let's get it. We could get him up again, gosh. No, I guess we'll go for him. I mainly wanted that for the crystallize, not to get him up, but at this point, we might as well just go for the red and get it. He's already that close. We can easily take it for free right there, so there we go. Well, it looks like we're doing it again, might as well. He is the new troop, might as well show him off and what he does. There we go, did that one again twice. Not so random. Keeps doing the same ones twice. Okay, so let's see. We get anything out of that? I guess we could do that, yeah. I was seeing if we would get a purple extra turn, but we wouldn't have under any circumstance there. Okay, so right here, I'm almost thinking Behemoth. Knight Coronet, there are a lot of purples. Actually, Knight Coronet, never mind. We'll go for a Knight Coronet. Then we'll clean up with a Behemoth, and then we'll go from there. And another Charm. We'll likely clean up with Charm, actually. Because, let's see, how much damage is that? Actually, I think I'm going to Charm now, because there's a chance that we'll kill the mini group. So let's go for that, the Nature Guardian. Oh, nope, we didn't get it. And that is one annoying thing with the double charm. It can trigger twice and sometimes end up hitting a troop that is already dead. As you saw right there, that troop was already dead and it ended up hitting it twice. So that's a little bit unfortunate about it. Another little thing that charm kind of has it, or at least him specifically, as a little bit weak, is the fact that you can do that and then not really get anything out of it. Another thing that you can do is if we were to use the charm right now, if we can happen to get it back up. Oh, well, we did, but he's dead. If we got charm back up again right there, what would have happened is it would just say invalid target and we wouldn't be able to do anything. We'll probably be able to show that in the next battle here. So let's go over to Sister. Maybe someone else that's not a real team. Let's go over to... Ooh, all Daemons? With this specific team, I don't think I'm going to do that. A little bit annoying to have to face all Daemons with it. Okay, I'm skipping that until 3.0 gets here. Bone Dragon, go away. Unless I specifically counter out Bone Dragon, we can't use a random team. Oh, here's Bombat team. I guess we could do it against this. So, the Daemon summoning. I have been still trying to find a couple more. The two of them I've been trying to use now for the summoning. I ended up doing a video on it earlier, but the two I've been using is a bunch of Sacrificial Priests. Have actually been working out pretty well just with a single Daemon Summoner. The other one I've been trying out is this right here in PvP, and it's been going decent. I've been trying it with like a Black Beast and Amnesia switch and a few other things, but let's just show what it can actually do. What we're going to be doing here is devouring out our last slot, and then hopefully having our green slime die. Then we have 5 colors covered and just kind of looping those two on the board. Well, not really looping, but using those two on the board. If we have any blues available, we will want to go for it. Otherwise, we'll just want to go for pretty much anything that'll fill up the Amnesia. One thing to note about this specific team is it is a little bit Amnesia specific. You could use a different summoner there, but this one is based mainly around the Amnesia. Okay, so he has a double Bombot, gosh. What do we do here now? Guess we just go for the yellow, let the Bombots do their thing. That's going to be a lot of damage, though. Hopefully he doesn't end up killing us out with that combo. So it will make... Actually, this match might be even easier than the other one, as long as it doesn't combo us out. Unless Black Manacles gets something like on the Incubus, a Devour on it, I think we actually should be fine here. So we'll go for purple, get our mana up a little bit. Let's see, yeah, he'll use the second Bombot. Yeah, these themes tend to go pretty quick to the one that he's using, but they can sometimes actually clip you with enough damage, especially if he gets that Devour. Luckily, I don't think he's going to get it. It is only a 20% chance, so... And the chance that he'd actually hit the right target would be pretty slim. Though, if he hit either of the Daemons, it would be pretty devastating. Let's see, will he get it? Oh, he's actually going to take out our combo. Well, I guess we might need to re-show this then. Look at that Blitz. Look at that Blitz go. But we'll still be able to get the summoning. Those are the only two things we need from the combo. So as long as he doesn't get another one off, we should be fine for showing it. But let's see. Brown, no. This... Yeah, I guess we'll just take that for now. Get our summon off. This team wasn't supposed to be an Inferno King tank, but I guess we have to go Inferno King tank now that he's doing that to us. So let's just float out the entire board, get that as a tank. And one thing I normally kill him out. He's, of course, better earlier in the game when you have a bunch of things on the enemy board, but he won't be able to do anything in this situation because if we do this now, there's not adjacent. If we had a Dust Devil or something, and we could put them right next to each other, because it would move that to last slot, and then he would be in third slot, and then it would work. But right now, if we did it, it would do literally nothing. So we can't get that to trigger. We are actually probably just going to devour him right out. We still get to, do keep in mind, even if you do kill off the event troop, you can just set him in a team and kind of get rid of him if you want to, or with any of the event troops ever, because it only determines it at the beginning of the match. It doesn't check at any other point to see if you're, the event troop is actually in your team. So even without him on your team right now, or at least dead anyways, we still get the extra 5 glory bonus if we win. So do keep that in mind. So we don't have any alignment right now. We won't be able to do that well. So we'll probably just poke at a mana and kind of go from there. So we'll go for red, kind of get that out of the way. Trying to get some kind of alignment here, but if it keeps making me take the colors we need, that's not exactly going to work. So we'll go for that. Might be able to do something here and hoping that we get a skull there. Or he'll do that. Okay, so he does have another Black Manacles. That won't be too big a deal as long as he doesn't get a Devour off. So hopefully he doesn't get a Devour off. Still no extra turn. That would actually been really nice right there if there was. Now there is, but we don't have anything that actually uses a red anymore. Shouldn't matter too much though. This Inferno King really is messing up the little combo though. He's not supposed to be in the front line. We were supposed to devour him to the back first, but oh well, things happen. Always have to adjust if something messes up with your team. So he'll probably get another cast off. That won't actually kill anything though, as long as it's not a Devour. And if it is a Devour, then yeah, it will be bad, very bad. So we will get and Devour out this guy if we can actually get our cast off here, which we can finally now. So we'll get that off. We have the Inferno King in back. Now we'll Devour the front line one. He'll use another Deep Borer, which is good for us because that's actually not any of a threat. We'll now kill out our really high mana one, mainly just to get our Amnesia up front. He'll do Black Manacles, and he gets another Devour. To the RNG, we die. But we just have huge Black Beasts, so Black Beast will be able to do a sufficient amount. We also got like two Event Gems. I don't think we got 3. 2, right? We'll find out at the end of the battle. But it does gain a little bit of Event Gems. And this is a pretty bad layout, or that we end up getting for it. Maybe we'll go do another one after this, see if we can actually get how it's properly working. I did a couple battles with this, and it was going pretty smoothly before I did this recording. Of course, the recording curse. You always do worse whenever you record. Always happens, because you have to do commentary and everything over it. So we'll just take that out. Probably not the smartest of moves, but I'm hoping that we can go for the kill here. If he was using Archer class, I obviously wouldn't have done that. But at this point, as long as he doesn't get a triple Devour, we should be fine. Unless he triggers 20% 3 times in a row, we should have this in the bag. So I'm just going to kind of just poke around that mana. Anything that he uses, we'll want to remove off the board. It doesn't matter if we actually take our own mana, mainly because even if we get our ability again, there's a little bit of a glitch with Black Beast that he will not spawn his 6 skulls even when there's no target. Or when there's no target, I mean. So there's basically no point in trying to get mana for him. I did that to try to get the skull, not for the mana. Okay, and there we go. There's the win. Well, that was a little weird. You got a double Devour. Definitely not optimal of how it should go. And we got our 2 Event Gems there. So let's go into our next one now against not Bone Dragon. Oh, Desdemona Bone Dragon is so much fun this week. I've been having a lot of fun. We were mainly showing that during stream. I didn't want to show it during an actual video again because we were using it so much on stream. But I was using Desdemona Bone Dragon Double Courage. Of course, people just put the Famine in just to get the mana drain when they do it on Defend Team. But it is really devastating with a fully traded Desdemona with that 50% armor piercing that doubled the Damians is absolutely insane this week. But yeah, we're not facing that with this kind of team. If we had an Entangle or something, we easily could. Another one of those, we can't really do a all Damon with our specific layout that we have. This is mainly just to help farm Event Gems too. It's not going like all in on the offense. So I think we might be able to get it off of this, though. Def just randomly killing us is also throwing me the wrong way there. Come on, seriously. If we were using a couple other teams, we'd be able to do it. This isn't made to counter out too many things. This is mainly made to be able to win PvP while still farming the Event Gems. Because, of course, if you could do it both at the same time, that would save having to use some other kind of weird team to try to farm out all of the other Event Gems. Of course, it would slow down PvP speed a little bit, but if you're getting Event Gems and save having to go out of your way for it, it will definitely help. One thing to note, I did say, obviously, this is Amnesia specific, but if you don't happen to have Amnesia, there are a lot of other ones. In the previous video, I showed things like Void Portal. You can use a bunch of Sacrificial Priests with something else that can summon. You can use the Demonicon at 250 wins on the Sorcerer class, or a lot of options that you can actually do to summon Daemons. You don't have to go with obviously something like this, but I figured I showed this for the few of you that may have it available as a choice, just in case you don't have any team for it yet. So we'll kill that off right off the bat and start getting rolling with that. We can leave him alive for 1 cast. But if we need the quicker start like we need now, there's really no point in doing so. So we'll go for that. He'll take another skull, or never mind, he won't get to take another skull. I'm not too worried about him taking another skull. As long as he doesn't kill us, we're fine with that. So let's just take these reds out the way and get this cast off. Hopefully this doesn't miss. If not, we should be good to go. Okay, so we're pretty much good to go at this point then, to get it rolling how it should be rolling. So let's throw this down on the purple. Get a bunch of the board exploded. He'll get a skull. I actually do not mind if the green slime dies. That would actually be a little bit helpful if it was to die. We could even devour it right now if we really wanted to. I don't think I'm going to at the moment though. Actually, I might go for the purple instead for this current move. There we go. Just to make sure we have that up. So now if something dies, we're good to go. There we go. Perfect. So we'll go explode more off the board and get up another Inferno King. Now we'll just keep killing out the first Inferno King and kind of go from there. And that's how it's supposed to work. Wish you would actually do that when I try showing it. And of course, if we ever really need a really high attack to just finish it off, we could just devour the Amnesia once we have enough summons and go on from there. So I really don't need to worry about taking any skulls unless we're taking it with our Black Beast, because I'm mainly just going for a couple more summons right here. And then we can do that. She does do it at 100%. It's not like some of the other ones where it's a percent chance. One of the really easy non-conditioned one, if you're trying to look for a summon this week, and you need some kind of summon to get event gems and you just don't know what to use, the easiest thing to do is go to Kedar, finish out the entire quest line there, then you'll get a class, go under your little hero menu and switch your class to the sorcerer. You'll be able to do that for free, and with the sorcerer class you will easily be able to with the sorcerer class you'll easily be able to get 250 wins and then just get the Necro book. And from there, you can basically just do either the other team that I showed, or really just anything that feeds it mana. Green slime is optimal, but if you really had to, you could try doing a giant spider. Just make sure it doesn't summon anything, or you can really just use anything that can create a little bit of purple. You could even use something like a white if you really wanted to. But we're a little bit limited right now in this battle, mainly because we are, of course, silenced. He does have a guard's avatar, which, of course, silences any daemons. So we will have to deal with that until that gets cleansed off. It's going to make us go a little bit slower, but as long as a Amnesia or something gets cleansed within the next turn or two, perfect, we should be fine, and it just did. So we'll go for the yellow, take one more mana, hopefully next turn, get another one down. I should probably start trying to kill them. Easiest thing we need to do to try killing them is just kill out our Amnesia and go from there. I think I'll go for one more summon before I do such a thing, though, if we could actually get the mana. But we'll just take that for now. Or we could do it now. We could just devour our Amnesia, and then we're pretty much just good to go to get the kills. And I think I will, just to speed this up. Of course, if you have her fully traded, you definitely do not need her fully traded. If you have her and you were like wondering, like, hey, should I get traits on her? No, you do not need traits on Amnesia. She actually has relatively weak traits compared to Mythics or just in troops in general. Surprised they made it so weak. Of course, it helps, but it's you definitely don't need it. It's not worth how many trade stones it costs, that's for sure. Okay. Oh, we can easily just devour our last troop and make the greatest, the greatest Black Beast now. I've seen people get it all the way up to thousands. I think I did once before too. It's weird to have to go out of your way to do it, but you definitely could easily get a all 1,000 Black Beast just from devouring your allies over and over again. Of course, that match would go on for a little bit too long. And there we go with the Demonic Pact. One other good thing about that is if you happen to have Inferno King fully traded, it can summon itself. The only problem with that is, hey, you just took my skull. That should have killed him, but now it didn't. Well, I don't know if that was worth an event gem. As long as we take one more skull, I guess it's worth it. And, well, we're not getting it. Oh, well. But yeah, he did get in the way and negated our skull, but he did give us an event gem for it. So I guess I forgive him. So all we need to do now is just poke him with anything, and that is the match. And thank you, board shuffle. Perfect. And how many event gems did we get from that one? Obviously way more than the first one. Yeah, we end up getting 4 event gems, though of course the battle did go on a little bit longer. It really just depends on if you really want to get the event gems or not. But yeah, there we go. That is the new Incubus. As far as usage, he's pretty disposable. The current version of Charm is not the best. He's used mainly to counter out very high attacking troops, things like Roshnok, things like Luther, things like the Innkeeper. The only problem is many of these troops are very uncommonly used at this current moment. Well, maybe not Luther. Luther's pretty popular earlier on in the game, mainly because it's the first like higher rarity card that people get. But for the most part, especially later in the game, you don't really see Charm having too much for usage. You can try using it against Justice teams and stuff that buff up attack pretty quick. But the problem with Justice teams is they're buffing up HP just as much as they're buffing up attack, so that doesn't really work in too many instances. As far as Charm in general, not something you would use. Very, very, very situational. Sometimes I would even advise making something like a Dust Devil with it, or really anything, maybe a Kufishi or anything else that you may have that can actually manipulate the order of your enemy team, because things like those can actually help you to be able to land Charm, but of course then you have to commit even more to just using Charm. So overall, kind of averagey troop. After this week, I probably won't see too much usage on it. Even earlier in the game, there aren't too many purposes, but definitely make sure to get that one. You could always just put it in some kind of disposable team and get the 5 extra glory per battle. Anyways, that'll wrap it up for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.